Hey guys, so I've been asked a couple times about what I've got in my Airsoft collection by viewers of the channel and by some Facebook friends and group members from a group that I run. And I have a nice little arsenal. 90%, not quite that high, say 80% of this was all done through bartering, trading up, and selling, which I call cashing out, and then purchasing brand new that I like or that I want. This is my wife's gun. This is a King Arms P90. This is the quick change spring version. She's never used it. I've never used it. Platform's kind of cool. This is a Tokyo Marui M870. That's a nice gun. I've also never used that. I've put a few rounds through it, just testing and trying to get the setup the way I like it. Ultimately, I was going to HPA it, but I'm actually going to sell it. That one is going to go down the road with these shells that have never been opened. This I just got back today. This is a BFC Elite Force BFC licensed H&K MP5. It was actually an MP5 A4. And I changed it to an MP5A5. It's got a GMP front light on there and a matrix flash hider, a Promi 6.03 barrel, maple leaf bucking, GMP MP5 red dot, not the cheapy matrix, although they're probably the same. It's got a version 2 generation 3 fusion engine, run to a grip connect. This was done by Bingo Customs. Rudy did an awesome job on that. It's exactly what I wanted. It does exactly what I asked him for it to do. This is an LCT AK74NV. This one has also a Promi barrel. This one is R-hopped. It's got a Midwest Industries real steel rail on there. Love that rail. Burst Fast Fire 2. Some nondescript, I believe that's a GMP quick detach BG, whatever. All my accessories on most of my guns are pretty much all real steel just because they have better resale and they usually don't suck. I have a lot of problems with my MS4 sling fitting in pretty much any Airsoft QD slot. But on real steel stuff it always works, so that's what I have. It's got a version 3 latest generation fusion engine in there, with a amped grip line, a Magpul genuine CTR stock. Now when I say CTR, I don't mean MOE, I mean CTR. It's got a little riser on there just to bring up the cheek just a little bit, and it kind of looks cool. Doesn't make sense to do on any other type of gun, but this is my latest build. This is an MK18 GMP body that's Cerakoted in the OD green. And then I have OD green, genuine Magpul, everything on here. The EOTechs are clones. This one has a version 2 generation 3 fusion engine in it as well. I just put that in. That was actually my very first one, which is actually the lowest mileage of all of them. Yeah, it has the PTS Battle Arms selector on there. I like that grip. It's got a Magpul MOE grip. It's got a, let's see, that's the bolt assist for Magpul, a genuine one. I just like the look, kind of breaks up the green a little bit. It has the new, what do you call that, the Sightmark PEQ. That's a awesome light and laser combo. It's real steel grade. I love it. It's excellent. I've heard mixed reviews about using it on real steel, but this is Airsoft, so it's been very good for me. It's extremely low profile, as you can clearly tell. You can see the VFC next to it. Yeah, much smaller. Very nice. That little guy on the side and the rail, that is a Z Tactical push-to-talk remote rail mount. So it's actually wireless, and it communicates with my push-to-talk, so I don't have to take my hand off not only fire control, which you shouldn't do anyway, but off my gun at all. So I don't have to do anything. It's perfectly indexed just the way I like it. Should I switch guns and not have time to move that over, I can just use my regular push-to-talk. So works good. It has a GMP Night Armament Company silencer on there. It's alright. I like it. Completes the look, I guess. Then we have one of the nicer ones. This is actually an AEG. This is my this is an R-hopped upper on here. That's a genuine PTS Magpul UBR, Magpul body, a Viltor upper. You're not going to see many of these on my guns, the bolt catch, because most of the time I swap uppers continuously and I just don't feel like messing around with the stupid thing. This has got a rapid fire 2 front end on here with a convertible barrel. Right now it has a continuous Promi in there, but also has a clone EOTech from S&I Tactical, I think. I have a couple of those. I really like them. They perform quite well. VSC PEC light laser pales in comparison to the sight mark. I mean, it's not even in pitch black. It doesn't do a whole lot. It's really not that great, but it's a good looking thing, I guess. Got the GMP Viltor gas block, quick detach silencer. This is actually my favorite type, even though it's not as flavor of the month as this one. I like this one better. It's easier to put on, better lockup, less movement. Very nice. So I like this one quite a bit. This is a nice gun. It's got the impossible to find currently Matrix Raptor style charging handle, which I had not been able to find another one of. I should have bought like 10 of those. Then from there we have my other Fusion engine setup. This has a real steel Midwest Industries G2 SS free float on there. Love that. I run this in my real steel ARs, all of them. And my 22 upper has been converted to this. That's what I train with. It is my favorite one. This is one of the lightest ARs. Oh, I also forgot. This one has a 9.5 inch steel inner barrel or outer barrel, and as does this one. This has a little bit longer one. This one's 12.5 inch. Yeah, 12.5 inches steel outer barrel. So it gives it a realistic feel. For an airsoft gun, it's kind of heavy, but I prefer it to be realistic. This has the Polar Star dual selector with the body modified for it. Love that. It's very, very nice. I've only had to tighten it up once, and I put about 5,000 rounds through this one. This has the Patriot Edition version 2 Gen 3 Fusion engine. Of course, all my hop-ups here, these are, this one's stock, this one's the AK stock, that's Pro Win, stock, Pro Win. Anyway, it has a primary arms micro dot. I love this. I run this on my real steel as well. I actually went from an EOTech 512 A65 to this, and I like it better. It's awesome. Battery life is great. Real durable. The Delta ring on this had to be modified. Tony Rizzo, actually, of TNK Guns, the Daytona gun guy, he actually modified it, and then I modified it a little more so it fit on the AEG upper because it would not fit on it prior to that. And that has that King Arms flash hider. It's a couple inches. It finishes off. The barrel actually comes quite close to the end of that. That's a 407mm Promi, I believe. Then I have my VFC Scar. This one's quite special to me. I really like this one. This I got pre-owned. This body, this whole gun, had a busted gearbox, which I dropped a Wolverine SMP into, and I am loving it. It's excellent. A couple things I would change about it, but I'll do that in another video. I have a couple QD mounts coming from PMM, which is a Parker machine manufacturer machine or something like that. They have a QD mount that actually bolts up to these guys. That bolts right up. Where am I? That bolts right onto here and on the one on the back, which allows you to use a QD unit with nothing hooked to it, which I really like. So again, this has a primary arms T1 Promi. Inner barrel, I forget what length. I think it's 300mm. Inner barrel, 6.03. The reason I run these instead of wide bore is simply because I run these in AEG form and I run them in HPA form. And I like to conserve the air, and I find them to be just fine. 200, 250 feet R-hopped. Maple Leaf gets out there pretty good too. So that's plenty for me. I don't really care to do more. I don't need to. I can barely see the BB at that range, and you know, it's kind of hard to monitor if people are calling their hits or not at that range. It's hard to see them flinch. I have a nice 1911. This is one of my favorite guns. This is an Elite Force for all intensive purposes. It's a KWC. And I have the Magpul grip on there. This is the CO2 version. I pretty much don't like propane, I just run CO2. I really like that gun. A bit heavy, but very nice. Then I have what is my 4th or 5th Toucan Big Bird MMP9. Come on, people. MMP9. And they usually are absolute crap. I've gone through, I had one really good one, and I sold it to a friend on Facebook through a Facebook forum who's now a friend of mine. And I really regretted it. And I've gone through a couple others since, and they've been terrible until this one. And I don't run propane. I run only CO2 mags through it, and it's held up pretty good. I've only put maybe a couple hundred rounds through it, just breaking the mags in and re-lubing everything and taking it apart and cleaning it and everything. So it's been pretty nice. It's got hella range, very accurate pistol. I look forward to trying a Tokyo Marui now that they're out. But yeah, so this is what I currently run, and I'm really enjoying them. Pretty much everything here is GMP, LCT, or VFC. Those are what I like. I like the GMP for the M4s for the compatibility. Nothing touches the VFC for externals in either the MP5 or the SCAR that I have seen in my experience so far. They're exceptional. I'm sure they rival the GMP, if not beat them. But it's tough to beat these. I mean, these are gorgeous guns. You can see the work on this one. Just beautiful. Love it. Tony Rizzo did the Cerakote on here, and his associate, and who knows, maybe this is companion, Tony, Dan, he did the color fill, which he did a pretty good job on. And these are all on an S Thunder rack, which I like. I have 2 of them. I have one, this is my shop, which isn't heated, so in the summertime they're out here. For the most part, it doesn't get too humid in here. In the wintertime, I do bring them inside in my house, and they're locked up. And another one of these that's in a locked closet. So that is everything, guys. I hope you enjoyed the brief tour. Eventually, I will get to doing a review of every one of these guns and all the components on them and why I like them. But for now, this should suffice. But hey, thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it.